big with 2 G's. I'm going to repeat that. That's big with 2 G's. So we back with another episode of the BiGG Umbrella Podcast. That's big with 2 G's. I'm going to repeat that. That's big with 2 G's, the BiGG Umbrella Podcast. And we're here with Manny Frezko. I'm going to let the man introduce his damn self because that's what he's here for.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Manny Frezko, owner of Black Wave Studios. What's up?
All right, man. So where are you from? You out from San Diego?
Yeah, man. Born and raised in San Diego. I was born over at Grossmont, so La Mesa.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been living most of my life over in Alpine.
Alpine.
Yeah, Alpine.
So you be coming from Alpine to come down here to the studio every day?
Mm-hmm.
Golly.
Yeah.
So at what height you grew up in La Mesa? What high school did you go to?
No. I grew up in Alpine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Alpine. I went to Granite Hills, which is here in El Cajon.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Yeah.
And in high school, what was that even like? Because I know a lot of people deal with different crowds, but now you're here doing this today. So from high school, did that kind of grow you to like shape you what you are now? Or the crowds you're with, or you kind of...
It's like a yes and a no because I've been doing music since I was 11, since I was like in middle school.
And what was you doing then?
I was rapping.
You was rapping
Yeah,
at 11?
I was rapping,
okay.
yeah.
Well, they like, oh, your shit is it good? But they was like,
No, bro, I was whack.
Like,
bro. Yeah, I was my shit was weak. Yeah. But bro, I wanted to do it. I wanted to make music. So since I was 11, I've been doing that. When I was in high school, I remember I had like notepads with a bunch of, songs written and stuff.
Right.
And one of the friends that I had made, he was like, oh, bro, well, I know a studio. And so he ended up taking me with a friend that I actually, still talk to today.
And this in high school?
Yeah, in this high school. And from there, I just kept on making music with them and then just kept doing my thing. So, I mean, it's a thing that I've been doing since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, high school didn't really define it for me because I feel like I defined it since I was young,
like you said, it was yes and a no type
Yeah,
of
you
thing.
feel me? So it's like there was definitely a lot of things that happened in high school that pushed me towards making more music. But it was definitely something that I just was driven to since a child, since I was a kid. Yeah.
For sure. Did you grow up with your moms and your dad?
Yeah. I have both parents in my life and they're cool. They're all right.
See,
they're good ass people.
Yeah,
man.
like not everybody grow up with both them like that. What was the structure for you like growing up with your mom and your dad?
My dad's very he's a hard worker.
Okay.
My dad's a very hard worker, and I feel like something that I've learned from him just like by observing is that you should work hard for what you want. I could say the same thing about my mother, but my mother's always been more tender. She's always been very sweet, always very nurturing, very, very caring.
Giving you the TLC.
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah. So she's always been very considerate of others and how everyone feels and whatnot. So it's just like, I feel like I've gotten a lot of my dad's work ethic and a lot of my mother's TLC. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
how you know how to care for others as well.
Right. So I feel like it's helped me out a lot because it's helped me, feel like I should be more of a provider and, get down to business, take care of things.
And that's also, like you said, your mom showed you do the provider side, but also show you like, I need to also have a heart for somebody as well.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And I always tend to ask that to people because not everybody's obviously family structure is the same. Everybody don't have both and things happen different.
Right.
But for you took after both of your parents kind of now what you do now.
Yeah. And I'm super grateful for that. I'm super grateful to have both of my parents in my life. And
for sure.
And they're still kicking and doing their thing.
Yeah.
By all means, they're still working, still living life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we kind of touched on it a little earlier. Now what you they kind of made you the provider and TLC. Like now with your lady, does that now carry on to how you want to kind of mold your relationship, like from what you've seen from your family?
Of course, definitely. And like not only that, but also like when it comes to like things that I also don't want in my family. You know what I'm saying?
I like that as well. Because you got the good and the bad. Because obviously everything ain't peaches.
Of course, yeah. And I feel like I'm at an age now where I can see them. Above all else, my parents are human. They're human and they make their mistakes. Exactly. And they're not the superheroes that I thought they were, even though they still are superheroes to me. So it's like, I can see the little tendencies that each of them have where it's like, oh, that's something that I didn't really like, but it's not because they're bad people.
Not at all.
It was just a mistake,
Of course.
They were learning how to be parents too. You feel me? Like I'm not a parent yet. And when that day comes, I'm definitely going to take an L. I'm going to take plenty of L's.
Of course.
And
as long as you learn from them.
Exactly. And so I just feel like, I mean, I want to learn from all the good and the bad, and I want to be able to apply that into my relationship, being transparent, being consistent, being honest, being truthful.
That's real.
Yeah, you feel me? Like I really want to I really do apply those things because those are things that I feel like are important. You know, like the more transparent you are with your partner, the more that, you can, do for them, the more they can do for you. And the less room there is for an argument or for not reaching an understanding for each other.
Because you put it all on the table already.
Because everything's on the table, on a glass table.
Exactly. So do you feel that's being reciprocated? What you put out there for your lady? You feel like
of course, yeah, definitely. Not just with my lady, man. It's also just life, with everyone. I try to be very transparent, even when it comes to again with the music stuff. Sometimes people will ask me like, hey bro, but be honest with me because, I've worked with other people and they're always like, yeah, that's cool. And I just need somebody who can tell me the truth. And I tell them, you don't need to tell me to be honest with you, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
People who know me, who have worked with me, they know that when need be, I can be an asshole.
Right.
I can be an asshole, and it's not because I'm trying to hurt your feelings.
Be a hard ass or nothing
but it's just know that I genuinely care about the music. I genuinely care about what we're doing. So if I'm telling you to do it again, it's not because I think you're a horrible rapper or a horrible singer. It's just I think you can do better than that.
Right.
So
it's more uplifting. It's like I'm telling you got that much to go a little harder. Of course, and it could be that much better.
And not like that, but it's also validating each person. Validating how they feel and validating what they can do.
Right.
Because not for example, I get two singers in here, singer A and singer B. Singer A is gonna perform differently than singer B. I cannot give them the same exact lesson on what they need to do better.
Right.
They each have their own individual, strengths and weaknesses, and I have to be able to work with those.
Yeah.
So if I know that this person can't do this cadence correctly because of whatever reason, but I know this person can, well, I know which way to go, which direction to go in with each person.
And like you said, that's why it's not gonna be the same lesson because we're lacking here, but it's not the same where y'all both lacking.
Yeah.
I definitely get that.
Yeah. So I mean, kind of going back towards everything, it's kind of that's what I've learned from my parents is to work hard with people and to also be empathetic with people.
Right. See, that was good how you even brought that all the way back around because that was like a lesson that you are now putting into your full life and not even only with relationship, just all over.
Yeah, exactly. With everyone, that's in my life, I always try to, bring all of that full circle and try to be, the best version of myself.
And I'm sure that's something your parents can appreciate as well.
I hope so.
They see it like, mama, you see me, mama?
You see me, mama? What's up, mama? What's up, dad?
We touched a little bit also on the camping, man. You had me hyped about it. So how many years have you been doing the camping thing?
So the camping thing, I mean, it's only been a few years. We've done it 2 years around this time, and then we're planning out the third one this year. That's something that I do with a few of my friends, some of my best friends. What's up, Luna, Edwin? So hey, how are you guys? Yeah, so that's something that I do with them, and we always try to make it a thing because I think it's very important for the people that you have in your life to really embrace everything, not just singular parts. So it's
man, I'm sorry to cut you off. I love your energy and your vibes, man.
I appreciate it,
real
bro.
shit, bro.
I appreciate it.
It's real positive.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's mutual, bro.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
mutual. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, as far as when it comes to camping and everything, it's everybody wants to have friends that do more than just one thing together. I have friends where it's we watch anime. Or I have friends where it's we play video games. Or I have friends where it's they like music. Or I have friends that like camping. But, those friends that I have right there, those are friends that I do a lot of everything with. So it's it's good to have a mixture of all of that stuff because that's what makes us.
Right. That's a group.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes us our group. And that's, we can do all of that stuff together. And so, when it comes to the camping thing, I feel that's just one of those things where I really apply myself because that's something that I feel we should do because we always do things like work and, for some of them parent, being adults,
right.
Shout out to everyone who has to be an adult because none of us want to do it, but we're all forced to.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I mean, it's just little things that help us get away from being adults and just letting us be,
just do my thing. I don't really have to worry so much about I get to get away from my regular life for at least a couple hours, a couple days, whatever that may be. For sure. we also was touching about how now you want to do some more hikes at Yosemite.
Yeah.
What you been doing at the gym now to get you more prepared for them hikes? I know leg day's a motherfucker.
Well, as a matter of fact, going back to with my friends, I was helping them move because they recently just got a new place. And oh man, that leg day, that was leg day, that was body day, that was everything day, bro.
Full body workout.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. The next day I woke up and I was like,
I can't get.
My girl was like, let's go work out, and I was like, no.
I just did.
Like, yeah, hella, bro. Like, I could not move. But as far as like the gym, I mean, really, if y'all can't tell, my focus is cardio. So cardio is definitely one of my big things that I try to be consistent with, just because I'm trying to cut back some of the weight. But as I go, I'm starting to learn a little bit more and develop more skills with like weights and whatnot. My go-to when I first started going was going straight to like the circuit machines, like the circuits. Yeah. Just because those have little instructions right there. And it's like, okay, I can do this because I can see.
A coach.
Yeah, exactly. So, but now when I go, I just go and I pick up the weights, like the dumbbells, and like I'll see what other people are doing. And sometimes like what I noticed, and I caught this one time, was somebody was on YouTube while they were on the dumbbells. And I was like, why didn't I ever think of that?
Right.
Like
wait, they could just
Right like I feel like it's because so many people are intimidated by like
that's real.
You feel
like,
me?
Oh,
like
I need to come in here and look like I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I don't have no problem. I'll pop my shit out and if, what's this work I'm doing today?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay. Oh wait, I'm doing a little wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, even something where I was working on like quads where I had to do like this thing where I do this.
Yeah.
But like I was doing it the wrong way, so I pulled up the video and I was like, okay, cool. Like now I got it. You know what I mean?
Instead of being embarrassed, like, I don't know.
Right.
I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah. And above all else, it's like, yo, like none of us know what we're doing like that. Like it's cool. Like you're allowed to look things up. That's what Google's for.
Right.
How do you think Google got so popping? Because people got questions.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
no problem to ask a question about some shit you don't know.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, so I saw somebody that was at the gym and they were doing that, and I was like, damn, like I don't know why I never like thought of that, like because I don't have like I have my insecurities, but I'm not a very insecure person. Right. I'm usually pretty open, straightforward.
Yeah, you was Hulk for goddamn Halloween.
Yeah, bro, I was Hulk for Halloween, bro. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, I mean, now I look up whatever I need to, and and I also look at what other people are doing.
Right.
And if I have a question, I don't hesitate to ask them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what are you doing? Like, do you mind like showing me? Like,
and more people want to show you because they want to feel like, oh shit, somebody asked me what am I doing today? I must be doing it right.
Exactly. That's key.
Yeah.
That's key right there, bro.
They want to give it knowledge anyway. They just like waiting for somebody, especially if they like in their shell, waiting for somebody to ask it. Then they got so much goddamn knowledge.
And not only that, but also it boosts their confidence.
Yeah.
Like
I'm doing it right. He asked me.
Exactly. It's boosting their confidence. So I mean, it's a win-win. Yeah. You're learning something and you're boosting their confidence. Yeah. Like, why not?
That's real.
So yeah. So like I said, I mean, as far as cardio is pretty straightforward. Elliptical, treadmill, stairs. Oh, the stairs, bro. I get on those stairs.
Climbing.
Oh, bro, those stairs, man. That's my go-to. That's my first thing that I get on. And the reason is because I used to hate the stairs. I hated the stairs, bro. And I feel like that's something that is common ground for a lot of people. A lot of people hate stairs. And I started doing them because I didn't like them and I wanted to stop not liking them.
Now you're going straight out on them.
Yeah.
You're the first thing I hit when I see you.
And the reason is because I enjoy it because I see that I do better every time. It used to be I got on the stairs and I was like on there for 5 minutes and I was like, nah, Then it became 10, then it became 15, then it became 20, then it became half an hour.
Right. And this is every time you're going. So it's like, I'm getting used to this. Like,
you feel me?
Now I'm looking down on myself when I'm doing 5.
Yeah, bro. Like, now I go up 2 flights of stairs and I'm like, oh shit, I went upstairs?
Yeah.
I'm straight. I'm not sore every time I walk upstairs,
And what was that, the hike that you want to do in Yosemite?
Oh man, I couldn't tell you names. There's so many though.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the thing is when for the camping stuff, if we go to Yosemite or Palomar, wherever it is that we end up going, the best views are through a hike. And so that's my whole goal with going to the gym and everything is, that I want to be able to go on those hikes and go see those cool places because like, I mean, you see them in pictures, and like the pictures are cool, but it's like, there's nothing like seeing those places. Like I went on a road trip last year and that road trip, I went through the Big Sur and I went all up north and I went all the way up to, I don't even remember what it's called, but we ended up going through Merced and then going up to Mount Mammoth, Lake Mammoth, whatever. Yeah. So Lake Mammoth, and then we went to Lake Tahoe, and then we went down through Yosemite, and I saw all of that stuff through the road, and it was a beautiful view. But I knew that there was so much more that I was missing because some of those don't have roads.
So it's like, I got to get up that hike
You feel
to
me?
really cherish this moment.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So
So now with the hiking stuff, like you said, like you want to do that to get there. So once you do the hikes, do you still want to stay in the gym so you can stay at that?
Of course.
Oh, for sure.
Of course. Not only that, but I want to get on more papacito. Like I'm trying, I'm trying to cut some of that weight, bro. You feel me? Yeah, I'm trying to get that endurance up. You feel me? You feel me? Like I'm trying to do all that, bro. Hella. Yeah,
for
man.
Sure, man. For sure.
Yeah.
What inspires you to even be creative?
What inspires me to be creative? Bro, life.
Mm-hmm.
Life, man. Even right now, I feel inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when I'm struggling, I'm inspired. Like, it's just like, I feel like it has a lot to do with my outlook, that I am a positive person. I can see that myself, I just feel like there's inspiration in everything. You just have to pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get me to write a song right now, I'll write a song. Like I can do that typically on a whim.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's just because I'm always in this environment. And so I've learned how to adapt and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just do what I need to do.
So really perception really help you
by all means.
Inspire you and be creative. Because it's like, the way I look at these things is like, okay, my cup is half full. It's never half empty.
Right.
Like that kind of outlook.
Yeah, right.
That's what's up. So like somebody else we just talked to recently, it was like, God doesn't make mistakes. So it's like, he's going to keep, like, whatever's happening to me, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, again, by all means, that's for me, that's inspiration. That's how I pull it out. Like, it's just there. Like, bro, you walk outside and there's a sky. Make a song about the blue sky.
And it'd be that easy. And
it'd be that
people
easy.
who love the sky, and it's like, you just made a hit.
You feel me? It's as simple as that. You can talk about being sky high. How many songs do you know about sky's the limit?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
That's real.
Like that easy. Just, there's creativity in all of that. You just, you don't even need to look hard. You just need to stop thinking about it and just do it.
And that's a lot of things, like, that people just overthink, and then they're like, God damn. And like we said in another episode, it was like, how many of those things are you overthinking and they actually happen to you?
Well, yeah. Well, like, in my opinion, I would rather oversimplify than overthink.
Yes, you want to make it like, bro, it's really this easy.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being like, damn, but I got to do this. Like, no, you just got to do this.
Yeah. And it's like I see this thing, like, and I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but there's this thing where it says, it's like a meme, I think, but where it says Bill Gates hires lazy people. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so there's this thing that goes around the internet every once in a while, and it talks about how Bill Gates hires lazy people because they find shortcuts. They find ways to get things done quicker.
Wow.
So in a sense, like, I kind of apply that to the way that I work. Not saying that, like, I like to be lazy. I mean, I definitely can be lazy,
right. But you be in here working every day.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm looking for shortcuts. I feel like if you can find a shortcut, why not use it?
Especially if it works.
You feel me? Exactly. Like, it's not hurting anyone. It's not doing anything besides getting you to where you want to get faster.
Right.
Is that not what planes are for? Is the plane not a shortcut? You feel me? Like,
a road trip, exactly.
You feel me? Is the car not a shortcut?
Exactly.
So
that's true.
Even shoes, that's a shortcut.
You've been walking barefoot.
You feel me? Like
you said, this is all perception that you got, and it's really like, this is making it positive and work for you.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So before you was even here at Black Wave Studio, where was you making music?
In my room.
In your room.
Yeah.
And you had the whole setup, get down right there.
Yeah, in my room,
recording, all that.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I started when I was little. I was a kid, and I would always make music in my room, and I was trying to rap at the time. I even tried making beats for a little bit. And then I just found my niche with recording. I found my niche with recording, and I found that I liked being detail oriented with that. And I feel like that's one of those things where it's like, you have to be detail oriented, but you also have to be patient. And somehow those are key factors for me. It's been working. It's been working, and I can do that. And it's gotten me to this point. So I'm like, cool. Yeah, that works, Nowadays I do a lot more things. Now I definitely, touch a lot more on producing. I definitely do a lot of songwriting. I do a lot of artist development stuff. But it's all started with me just in my room, just, writing on some paper.
For sure. How long you been here at Black Wave?
So I opened the studio in 2015.
Oh, you opened this?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Businessman.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. No. You getting your flowers. You a businessman.
Thank you.
This is your studio.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I actually started next door. I have next door also, so I have another studio in there. Yeah. So that's Studio B, and then this is Studio A.
And what you need two for?
I have other engineers working here.
We go.
Yeah.
And he said, no. You got other engineers?
Yeah.
No, businessman. That's what's up.
Yeah, I have other engineers and producers working here. All of them are really good people, really good friends. I consider them family at this point.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, let me shout them out. Noches,
Not at all.
Trey Castro, Silence, Luna Caves, Archie. You know, shout out to everyone because they're all amazing, dope people. And yeah, and they're all very talented. But yeah, all of them work out of here and we all work as a team. You know, we all have our little group chat where it's like, hey, I'm open today if anybody wants to come in, or, you know, if, you know, just whatever we need, you know, everyone's there, which is really cool. But yeah, I started off in that room over there. So Studio B. I did that in 2015 and then I opened this one, COVID 2020.
A lot of people was actually making moves and like songs during COVID.
Yeah, man. A lot of people were moving around that time. But yeah, so yeah, that's basically that's when I started all of that up.
And I know you just named some of the producers you worked with. Is there any artists and producers out here in San Diego that you work with?
I mean, I work with a lot of San Diego, bro.
Because not a lot of people even know so much about artists in San Diego at all. So,
yeah. I mean, I work with a huge amount of different artists, a lot of different genres, a lot of different everything. You know, I feel like I shouldn't just name a couple because I feel like I'm missing so many people.
No, and you can't never cover how many you did. So, I mean, for those who you left out, and I'm sure they knows, like, if they ask them the same question, they might leave you out and be like, oh, I forgot, man, I work with him. So it's never even like that.
But I mean, I work with so many people, and San Diego is so full of talented people. There's a lot of people from the South Bay that are beyond talented. There's a lot of people from East County, you know, even like El Cajon. I know some of the dopest rappers that I know are from El Cajon.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, because I thought El Cajon was such a, like, you know, on the side type place, you know, like it's San Diego, but nobody really like, you know, it kind of puts it to the side. But I still haven't met a doper rapper than the ones from El Cajon. You know, like some of them are just, they have bite.
Clean.
Yeah, they have bite. They're clean, bro. But same thing with, like, you know, the Valley area, Spring Valley, a lot of good rappers came out of there. Even up north, you know, like going up towards like Escondido and all that. Like, you know, I've worked with a lot of different people, you know, even crossing the border, you know, locally, all of that. Yeah, I've touched on a lot of those areas.
How'd you even get in touch working with Blueface? Like, what the hell?
That was oh man, that was an interesting one. But really what happened was I was working with one of my boys, and his Bust Down Daniel. He's a really good rapper. And he's actually from El Cajon, if I'm right. But he put that together. He plugged that up. He connected that.
Yeah.
He hit me up. He was like, I got this Blueface feature. I was like, okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, he was like, and keep in mind, Blueface wasn't really like a name when that happened. It like, that was probably a few months before Tatiana came out.
Yeah.
And so it was like, all right, well, what's up with the feature? Blah, blah, blah. We chopped it up, and then we got the vocals sent in.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to the vocals, and I'm just like, I'm gonna keep it 100 because,
like you said,
like, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna be honest, and you know, and I'm sure if Blueface were to ever see this, bro, you're gonna respect the honesty. Fuck it, whatever. Don't get mad, bro. Whatever.
Yeah.
But But I you know, I got those vocals, I put them into the session, and I was like, and I remember I told him, I was like, is this guy serious? Like I told Bust Down Daniel, I was like, is he serious? And he was like, yeah, bro, like that's him, like he's the move. Like, bro, let me tell you about Bust Down Daniel, man. That fool's he's a smart man. He's a very smart individual.
And he's local.
And he, bro, I respect him a lot. Please reach out to him, bro. I respect him so much. He is a smart individual. Him and the whole church mob, like, crew, like all of them. Amazing, educated, like those dudes, bro. Like there's a lot, like I look up to them. Like they're cool, bro. But yeah, with Bust Down Daniel, he knew the play. Simple as that, bro.
He was like, are you serious? Like, no, I'm serious.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, bro, like that's the move. I was like, all right, bro. You know, so I started cutting up the vocals, moving things around, cleaning them up, doing what I needed to do. The verse was like 11 bars, so I needed to go and like add something to make it sound like it's
longer than what it actually is.
Right. And yeah, and I mean that's how that song ended up happening, you know, like.
And what song was that?
It's called Runaway Sis. Yeah, it's called Runaway Sis. It's Bust Down Daniel featuring Blueface.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was again, it was right before Tatiana. Yeah. So whenever it was the Tatiana came out, it was like 3 months before that.
Yeah, I can't even think about when the hell that shit came out either.
Yeah.
Is there any artists that you looking forward to working with?
Oh man, I mean, I look forward to the people that I work with every day. Like I work with cool ass people, bro. Like
you can tell how
like,
happy
yeah,
you
bro,
get
it gets me excited,
about
bro.
who you working with.
Yeah, bro, it gets me excited because honestly, like, and I say this all the time, like, you know, like the credits are cool and working with popular people is awesome, but at the same time, it's like the people I work with every day, that's what puts food on my plate.
Yeah,
and those are the people I really respect and really care about. You feel me? Like those people are dope. Like.
But you know they're really for you.
Yeah, like, but not only that, but they're that talented, bro. Like I've worked with some people that are like, again, that are really popular, but it's like, yeah, you're cool, but this was dope.
Right.
Like, and he's right here. You know, like we have talent. San Diego has a lot of talent. And I will never deny that. And I won't, you know, and I will, what's the word? I will stand by
on that.
I will stand on that as, you know, as long as I live. I you know.
No, and that's good because that's even what we trying to bring to this channel, how much talent is actually out here in San Diego. So that was great that you even bring that part up.
Yeah, yeah. So I just feel like it's really important to state that because, you know, I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of music and there's an oversaturation and like it feels like, oh, everyone does hip hop and everyone does this and everyone does that. And that's okay. But like listen to the people that are like really trying to do this and really care about it. Because I want to say 9/10 of the people I work with do this because they love doing it. And they're not worried if you think it's bad or good. They do it because they love it. And you should at least respect that.
That's how I feel with this podcast. Like, I'm not giving a damn what somebody thought about, if something in the background or whatever the shit is. Like, really see the content and what is brought out of it. Get the message, what's really going on, other than all the outside bullshit.
Right.
Yeah. Another thing, it was like, with you starting up when you was producing and stuff, did you get a lot of support from people, or it was kind of tough grind to even get somebody to want you to produce their shit?
So, okay. Well, as far as like, let's start with the recording part.
Okay.
So as far as like the recording goes, I always had one or two people here that wanted to record, you know, like, oh,
and this is here in the studio, or
no,
when you was at the house?
When I was at the house, yeah. You know, one or two people, and like, you know, I had a couple of people here and there. I'm still really good friends. One of my best friends that I've been recording since we were kids. I still work with him often. But yeah, I just had them, and every once in a while I would get like a new person here and there, but it was never anything that was like super like constant. And then once I opened the studio for like the first year, it was rough. It was rough. It was definitely like nobody really knew me, but I was still trying to make music.
Yeah.
And then, you know, one or two people started coming. And it was like a faucet that was kind of just like dripping.
With the drips.
You know,
drip. You forgot to turn it off all the way?
Yeah. You feel me? It was just dripping, dripping, dripping. And then one day it just started flowing. And then it started flooding. And yeah. And that's how it happened with recording. And, you know, I'm beyond blessed by that. Like I think that's so awesome that people trust me that much with their music to really like get that involved, and for so many people to really, you know, care about my opinion.
Exactly.
You know, now as for production, for producing, like making beats and all of that, I was kind of forced into it.
How so?
I was kind of forced into it because and I mean, you know, we got time, so I'll tell you the whole story. So I was in the studio, and the next person that I had coming in was an R&B singer. His name is Jay. Phenomenal singer, phenomenal songwriter, might I add. He's crazy. But Jay came in for a session, and I was doing some like piano runs, like just like kind of warming up because I touch on the piano.
Okay.
I'm not like a
a whiz at it.
Yeah, but I was doing some runs just because I wanted to make sure my ears are cool, because I'm about to work with a singer and I need to make sure that I can help him. And so as I'm doing that, he comes in. I'm like, oh, what's up? You know, kind of put the keyboard away and like start, you know, what's up? What are we doing today?
You got my full attention.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are we doing today? He's like, oh, you make beats? I was like, nah, bro. No, I was just like doing like a little warm up. He was like, okay. We start our session, get what we needed done. We booked something for later in that week. So let's say it's Friday, whatever day it ended up. Let's say it's Friday.
Right.
He comes in on Friday, and you know, we start chopping it up and all that. And typically what I'll tell people when it's like, all right, let's get started. I'm like, all right, so what do you want to do today? You know? And he was like, I want you to make me a beat. And I told him, I was like, oh, bro, I don't make beats. I was like, oh, bro, I don't make beats. Like, you know, I'm sorry. He was like, oh, well, then I guess you're getting paid to just hang out because I wanted you to make me a beat. And the kind of person that I am is, I can't take your money.
That was back like how your dad, like your mom, hard worker.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, I can't just take your money. Like, I'm gonna work for it. Like, that's how I was raised.
Well, shit, I guess I gotta make a goddamn beat today.
And so I told him straight up, I was like, bro, this will probably be the most ass beat you've ever had. Like, keep in mind, he's a phenomenal songwriter and phenomenal singer, bro. Like, I think he's really good.
Right. And he's local here too?
Yeah, he's local here too.
Okay.
Yeah. And so for him to, I feel like I wouldn't be able to do justice to what he wants, to what he does.
Yeah.
And so I told him again, I was like, I'm letting you know, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Said, make me something. I ended up producing his whole EP.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, ended up producing his whole R&B EP. And this is R&B.
I'm glad you even told this story.
Yeah. Yeah, so I ended up producing that. And then what ended up happening was, as we were working on that entire project, you know, my next session would come in, because my sessions are always back to back.
Right.
It's always one after the other. So a session would come in and they would be like, Manny, you made that? Because they would see me doing something where I'm working on the beat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then they would start asking, bro, make me something. And then it just domino effect, you know, just everywhere.
Yeah.
And so that's how I ended up producing. And so I guess I produce now.
That's dope. It was like, damn, I went from, hey, bro, I told you I don't make beats.
Yeah.
To, I just produced the whole EP. Like, then next, hey, can you make me one? Hey, can you make me one? It was like, now it's like you said, the domino effect. And everybody was like, they got a whiff of what I did. So they see how talented I really am.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, the thing is that, like, I've always wanted to be an engineer first. Like, I feel like when people dip into too many pots, they kind of thin themselves out too much, and like they don't get really good at something. And I said, no, I want to be a really good engineer. I want to be a good engineer. I want people to respect me as an engineer. Yeah. I don't want people to think that I'm like a a one-stop shop where you can get an engineer, producer, mix, master, you know, graphics. I don't want to be a one-stop shop. And the reason I don't want to be a one-stop shop is because I feel like I want to be able to cater to people for one thing specifically and be really good at it.
And they know they coming to you specifically for this.
Yeah, because they know they can trust me to get it right. Because at a one-stop shop, though you will get some good stuff by all means, you're not going to get everything as good as it can be. You know, I know that if I went to a one-stop shop, I wouldn't be happy. But that's just me because I'm nitpicky.
Right.
So I would rather...
You know what you like.
Yeah. So I would rather go to a solid mixing engineer. I would rather go to a solid producer. I would rather go to a solid songwriter. I would rather go to a solid graphic designer. You see what I'm saying?
These guys are perfectionists at what they're doing.
Exactly. That's their passion. That's what, like, they put so much effort into doing that one thing. And let's be honest, at least in my opinion, one-stop shops is someone that's trying to get business in every area. That's what that is.
Right.
It's not someone that's necessarily passionate about something. They're passionate about business and making money, which again isn't a bad thing. But I want someone that's passionate about getting my vision right.
And especially if this is for you, it's like you're gonna go what works for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you even come up with the name Manny Frezko? Did it have anything to do with Manny Fresh?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It has everything to do with Manny Fresh.
Okay. I thought so. I had to make sure you can go put that out there.
Yeah. It has everything to do with Manny Fresh. So basically, I mean, I was a kid and I speak Spanish. You're Manny Frezko. So since I was 11, Manny Frezko.
Damn, since 11?
Yeah, since I was 11, Manny Frezko.
And now you brought this to all fruition here now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's where I got it from, because, you know, he did fresh, right, exactly. You know, with fire, you know, all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. That's, you know, that's how I got the name.
For sure. With you being Latino, do you feel like it's not enough for you here doing this producing? And you feel like you're representing for it?
I feel like I definitely am. I feel like there's a lot of engineers and producers, and, you know, and they're of all different cultures and whatnot. But I feel like in San Diego, at least with like the urban community, like with, you know, with like, let's say blacks, Mexicans, and, you know, all of that, I feel like I add a little more color. And it's not necessarily just because I'm Mexican, but just because I'm from a different culture. You know, I come from a culture that, you know, now has reggaeton, whereas like the African-American community has hip hop. Right. You know, so I am the answer to hip hop for the Hispanic community, you know, in that sense. So I feel like I definitely have helped a lot of my I guess you could say coworkers in what's Latin music really stand out more. You know, there's plenty of artists that I work with that are Hispanic, and they do great stuff, and I feel like they would have been unheard, not without me, right? But they would have been unheard without a platform. And I feel like that platform, I'm not first in I'm not in front for that platform, but I'm definitely
You were part of it.
I'm a part of it. I'm a part of that platform of Latin music in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that I'm very, very proud of. And it's something that I like, like before I leave the studio, I go,
Another win.
like, because I mean, so this is kind of going on some backstory again. But,
no, go on all the back roads, back streets,
Okay.
back alleys we need.
Yeah. So, I mean, as a kid, and this is before I started rapping, I grew up on Latin music. I grew up on of course, like bachata, salsa, Mexican music, like all of it,
Mhm.
but above all else, I grew up on reggaeton.
Mhm.
And at the time, reggaeton was one of those musics where it's like, bro, you listen to that stuff, that's whack. Because that's what it was.
Right.
It was like, it's whack if you listen to reggaeton.
And I'm not even like gonna put it out there, but it was like back in them days when you was like, this is like a Mexican dude trying to be a rapper. You listen to this shit? So they kind of took it and summed it up as that.
Right.
But look at this shit now.
Right, exactly. And so that's the thing is that like, I don't know, for me at least, like, how everyone talks about how Drake is like one of the first to be rapping and singing?
Yeah.
Like,
And that's not true.
it's not true.
That's not true.
Like that was happening in reggaeton a lot.
Mm.
I don't know what other rappers and singers, but I mean, like for sure it's always been a thing. But I feel like in reggaeton they definitely made it a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you weren't rapping and singing, then you were a duo. And if you were a duo, one of them was rapping and one of them was singing.
Exactly.
Like it was always rapping and singing in the music.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, when I was a kid, that's what I listened to, and I loved that. And I was just so like infatuated by the fact that they were so diverse and they were moving into different areas. And a lot of the old school reggaeton beats, technically, they were two beats in one because the chorus would have a very commercial sound to it, but then the verses always got very aggressive. And I loved all those changes. Like they always kept me entertained. I was always interested in how they were going to flip the song or what they were going to do with it. And so by the time I was in high school, Gasolina came out. Gasolina. Yeah, exactly. By the time I was in high school, Gasolina came out, and that was
a banger.
Took over, bro. Took over, and it was everyone started listening to it. But again, it was still one of those things where it's like, oh, reggaeton, and there goes Manny. He's the reggaeton kid. That's what it was. And so fast forward to like today. It's crazy to see that like something where I used to like not be like ridiculed for it, but I was kind of like put to the side as this kid that listened to this, and now it's like one of the powerhouses of the pop culture.
Pop culture, 100%.
It's a powerhouse of pop culture. Look at Bad Bunny and whatnot, and to know that like it's like a kid who listens to metal music and then metal music.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah, and then metal music becomes the biggest thing in the world. And this kid is like, I've been listening to it forever. Like I feel like that kid who listens to metal. Like that's what it feels like. It's like, but I'm proud that everyone listens to it and enjoys it the way that I did.
Yeah.
Because I remember again when I was a kid, how excited I would be to hear a song passing by in a car that's reggaeton.
Right.
Because it used to be just me.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a honestly, like in a white neighborhood. I grew up in Alpine. Like it was whites and natives. And so I was the only Hispanic, first of all. And then even the few Mexicans that I wanted to be friends with shunned me. They shunned me because, what I listened to and the way that I talk. And it was just like, okay, well, it was just me,
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just really cool to see how the music has changed and how it's really, how it's become what it is today. And to be completely honest, I owe a lot of that to where I'm at today. Because if reggaeton didn't pop the way that it did, I probably would have still been, still doing cool, like, still doing my thing because I still
look at it now.
But
like
look at it now. Yeah, because now people come to me for that.
Right. Because they know like he been in this since he was 11.
Yeah, you feel me?
So he really got a real ear for this.
Yeah.
So you kind of touched a little bit now, like you growing up in Alpine, because I don't even know nothing about Alpine. So like you said, you was basically, it was a whole bunch of white people and Native Americans, and it's just you. So like you was like solo. How did that kind of mold you now? Because I mean, being by yourself did that make you more so feel like you was in a shell, you was kind of lonely, or it's like? So
I don't think I ever felt lonely because I've always had a lot of personality since I was a kid. I hung out a lot with the natives, like everyone from the reservation up there, Viejas. I hung out with a lot of them. Some of them were like some of my best friends, you know. So it's not like there was ever any like lonesome feelings or anything like that. But it was definitely like a want. Like, I mean, living out there, I didn't know anything about the South Bay. You know, I didn't.
Like, you went down there, you like, bro, these are my brothers, cousins, sisters, and uncles and shit down here.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
at home.
Yeah, definitely. But no, you know, I was definitely more of in an isolated area, which is cool because it probably kept me away from, you know, gang lifestyle and all that other stuff that probably could have happened. I don't know. Right. I don't know because I didn't grow up there, you know? But I also think that the isolation was a good thing because it also gave me a lot more individuality. Did I say that right? Individuality?
You said it right.
Okay, individual.
You got that?
Well, that was a big word.
You're going to get out of check. Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, so it gave me a lot of that. You feel me? And I feel like I became very okay with doing things how I want and not worried about what anybody else wants. You know, like I was a Mexican kid who listened to reggaeton, you know, who had a Puerto Rican accent, who, you know, just did his thing. Like I was just me. Like,
and that's you, like you said, that was you being, you always had a lot of confidence in yourself, and that still brought it to the table today. So like you being isolated made you more confident because it's like, this is only me. I'm gonna be how I am. They're not me, so I'm gonna show this is who I am.
Yeah. I mean, that's really it, bro. You know, just I think I just learned quickly that I had to be confident in whoever I am, and whoever wasn't okay with that, that's fine. I'm okay with that too.
Right, because if they don't like me, I don't need you to like me. Right. That's okay. But if you do, rock with me.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so you do, like you said, reggaeton. Like, is that? I mean, I know you like to circle and hone in on that. So is that like that's your most type of music that you produce? But I know you work with R&B singers and rappers and things like that as well.
Really, I work with a lot of different genres, but I mean, that people definitely trust me the most for reggaeton, by all means, because that is a forte for me.
Right.
But I would say when it comes to producing, I do a lot of trap, I do a lot of hip hop, drill, I do reggaeton for sure. Right now, I'm actually producing a record for this girl that I work with, and it's like a bit of a bachata record, which is a little more on the tropical side of things. But I'm adding a little twist, a little flair to it. So we'll see how that comes out.
She's local too?
Yeah, she's local too. Her name's Isaura.
I got to get in touch with all these reggae because I don't think I got anybody reggaeton on the list. Yeah. So definitely,
I can give you the whole list.
You're going to have to tune in for that as well because we, like I said, we covering everybody, all type of different everything in San Diego. So definitely got to get them on here as well.
Yeah. No, yeah, bro. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of really talented artists that are out here that, you know, either they're amazing songwriters or they're amazing producers or they're amazing artists, performers. Like, yeah, the Latin community. I mean, bro, we're the border. We're a border town.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, we're a border town.
I grew up in San Isidro, so I know exactly what it's like out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you know, again, I mean, I grew up in Alpine, but I understand that.
Of course.
You know, I see that. You know, so but yeah, there's definitely a lot of Latin talent there for sure. Also,
we kind of touched a little bit on it. We don't have to hop all deep into. I know you like anime.
Oh yeah.
Like what type of anime you into?
So don't think that I'm like super like into anime where I'm watching the next, you know, not local, but what do you call it? Like all the underground anime stuff. I'm not so deep into it that, because there's animes where it's like, I have no idea what that is. And everyone's like, oh, you don't watch real anime. You know?
I don't watch it at all. So that's why I'm having you touch on it anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, I definitely watch like the big ones. Like right now I'm watching One Piece and that shit is long as fuck and I'm only halfway through it. I'm like on episode like 500 and something. And it's like over 1,000 episodes.
500 and something. Yeah. And is anime hone in like on a particular thing or it's like all type of different realms of shit?
So anime is based... Anime is the thing, but it has.
Is Boondock considered anime?
Boondock, like Boondocks
with all the funny ass black folks on there.
I would consider that. I mean, the thing is, anime in a sense, it's animation, you know. But anime is just Japanese style,
right? So that's why I was like, kind of, is that?
Yeah. You could say that. But I would say that anime is a little more diverse in the sense where it's like animation in the US, I feel it's more like they try to be funny. You know, they try to be funny, and it's just comical things. You know, like Boondocks is comical.
Right.
You know, same thing with like South Park or even any other cartoon you can think of. It's always comical. anime is serious. Like, you know, there's shows like Attack on Titan, or there's Jujutsu Kaisen, there's Death Note, like the one that everyone knows is Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, everyone knows Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z has comedy in it and stuff too. But overall, like, you know, that's an anime. But like right now I'm watching One Piece. And like I said, that one, I'm like 500 episodes in, and it has a lot of comedy. And that anime is not one that I would recommend to like a new watcher, a new viewer, because that shit is different. Because
like, could you even like touch on what is even that about?
One Piece is about a kid who wants to be king of the pirates. He wants to be king of the pirates, and he basically just goes out to sea and he meets people, and he basically, one person at a time, he makes a crew. So like he finds someone who becomes his navigator. He finds someone who becomes his, you know, his everything. Like he has a musician. He has a guy who fixes the boat. He has a doctor. Like, but it's all been like
building a team.
He's building a team, and 500 episodes in, and he's like just adding someone else now recently. So it's like, you know, he's building his crew.
Right.
Yeah.
And it kind of relate to like what you're doing.
Yeah, basically.
Like you got your team with you. You don't have to necessarily be they're doing this or that, but you got a solid team that you like to do things with.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I mean that's the one that I'm watching right now, and it's a really cool show. It's just it's outrageous because everything is like so unproportioned, and they do that on purpose, I think. Like there's characters that are just like 10 times bigger than others.
And it's in English?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So yeah, it's dubbed, so it's in English. But I mean, Attack on Titan, the one that I mentioned earlier, that one's really good. It's 4 seasons. I think the next season comes out like in January or something like that, and it's going to be the last one. But I was caught up with the manga on that one because I was super into it, and I just needed to know how it ended.
So is that one that people will say, "Oh, you're not an anime
watcher"? No, I feel like with those people would be like, "Oh yeah, he watches anime." Okay. Yeah. But at the same time, like, because typically people will say Dragon Ball Z or Naruto.
Yeah,
like those
I actually have heard of those.
Yeah, so like I feel like those two, like if you do, it's like, okay, yeah, you watch them, but you don't watch anime.
Right.
Like I would say I'm like in the middle.
Okay.
Like I'm not someone who's like super hardcore
like you said, the underground and shit.
Yeah,
like, I'm not into that.
Yeah, I'm not into all that. But I mean, I'm definitely watching all kinds of animes.
You got enough under your belt that could be like,
by all means,
I do know some things.
Yeah, by all means. Yeah. So yeah, anime, and I think I enjoy that shit because again, it's like some of those shows get serious. Like they get very serious, and they have a lot of character development.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I get you invested.
Yeah. Like I love character development. I think it's really cool to see a character go from point A to Z.
Yeah,
like,
building up.
Yeah, definitely. Another one, well, it's an American anime, is Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Oh shit. Okay, I know what that is.
Yeah, so Avatar, bro, that one is ridiculously good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I watched all of shit, but I know what that is. That's dude, we got the little arrow on his head.
Yeah, so if you can get past the fact that it's like a cartoon, get past that show has so much into it. Like it talks about
some real lessons.
Bro, lessons is not even the beginning of it. Like, yeah, bro, like there's like, again, the character development, the lessons, the cultures, even like the day-to-day problems, like things that have to do with like sexism, political views. Like, bro, that show has all of that in there. It's like, and it's not like it's like hidden agendas or anything. It's like, no, it's like all like real shit. It's like, oh shit. Yeah, it's in your face. Like, oh shit, like that is real shit. You know, like there's even this whole thing about government conspiracies in that show.
See? Like, and I'm sure, like you said, once you get past as a cartoon, really see the message.
Right, exactly. And that show is all about messages. Everything on it is messages.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now it's like, now that you at this point, do your parents listen to your music?
Do my parents what?
Listen to your music.
No.
Or do they even know that you're doing this?
No, yeah, they definitely know. They definitely know. This is what I do all day.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm always like, all right, I'm headed to the studio, you know, like that kind of thing, you know. But yeah, no, my parents definitely know that I do this. But no, they don't really listen. They just
are they proud though?
I would like to think so. Yeah. I mean, I don't really talk to them too much about like what I do because like I'm going to work.
Probably can't relate.
Yeah, I mean, for them it's just work.
Right.
You know, so but I mean I would, I think they're proud of me. Yeah.
That's always good to have a feeling like that. I mean, knowing that the people who you came up with was like proud of you, but you got a crew that's also proud of you as well. So that's another thing to help you pump you up as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Touching a little bit like on your lady, like how do you deal with the stresses of everything that comes with this?
How do I deal with the stresses? by saying, give me a second. Let me figure this out. I got this. I'm going to figure it out. Like that.
Just like that.
Yeah, I got this. I'm going to figure it out.
Like now, okay, that's when that comes. So now going through stuff, maybe help people out. Going through stuff with you and your girl. Like you said, you like to be transparent. I don't know how long y'all invested or going to therapy or anything like that. But so how do you handle those problems, like with your girl?
How do I handle those problems with my girl?
Like y'all got how do you handle disagreements, basically? Because some people, they are, fuck it, I'm gonna walk out.
Being transparent. Being transparent, just, talking about the situations. If something's bothering her and she says nothing's wrong, I tell her, you don't want to tell me what's wrong, that's okay. But understand, we communicate, And with that, she's like, okay, like she, because I've been so prominent with, communication since the beginning of our relationship that she knows that like, it's not a judgment zone. It's not an area where you're going to feel attacked or anything like that. Like there have been times where I tell her, look, I'm going to shut the fuck up for 10 minutes. Say what you need to say. And nothing against you. Go ahead and just say what you need to. She'll say what she needs to. And when she's done, she's like, okay, talk. Okay, we're good.
That was it.
That's it. You just needed to let it out. It's nothing that we haven't talked about, nothing that we haven't, been able to, go through, but you just needed to let it out because you know that I understand and I know that I understand.
Right.
Cool.
That's dope that you set the table for it to be like, this is no judgment for you.
Yeah.
When I tell you I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let you talk, I'm really here to listen.
Yeah.
And then give you feedback.
Yep.
That's like dope that you even set that up for like, because that's big. A lot of people go into it already messed up without having that.
Not only that, but also I feel like a lot of people come in with like, I need to be right or I need to have the answer.
Dude.
And it's like, nah, like I'm not going to get it right every time. I'm not going to have the answer every time. Sometimes I do need to shut the fuck up and I do need to listen.
Yes.
And, there's dudes that'll probably look at the like, oh, this fool's
you a little bitch.
Yeah. But it's like, nah, bro, like you're a bitch if you think you fucking, if you think you're right all the time. You got
all the answers and everything. It's like you are so unaware of real reality because you don't fucking know everything.
Right.
But you put it out there to be like, I do know everything. So like you said, that makes you look like a chump for even doing that bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's fucking crazy. While we still got you on here, is there anything else that you want to promote, shout out, anything like that?
Promote, come to Black Wave Studios. We have fun over here. And, we do this shit because we love this shit. To shout out to San Diego. Shout out to all of you, everyone who does music, everyone who does everything. Shout out to the creatives. I love all of you. Keep it up. You're doing great.
That's another one. We got it in the bag. It's a wrap. For sure. Bro, that shit was clean, bro. I'm not even going to front. Like, the whole shit, like, that shit flow. Like,